Oh, yes. Oh, fish me, Poppy. I just resonate so much with people like him who sought out to explore the world solely for to enrich himself. And I just got goosebumps looking at a goddamn tuna.
Gorgeous. I mean, you just looked at
Yeah.
this with lust.
Exactly. See, guys, this is why I love him and I
You know,
miss
just a
him
subtle
so
difference. It's
much.
like grading gems.
Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Aberi, and I've been wanting to react to Anthony Bourdain on this channel, any channel, for a couple months now. I was originally going to start with Parts Unknown because I've seen Parts Unknown before and I just wanted to revisit it. I know they have the A24 film coming out about him, which has already received mixed reviews, and the whole, concept is already controversial. That being said, I figured let's bring back the original content, right? Just where he began, who he is. I think I have never seen this series before. I know it's very, very crucial to the Bourdain lore, if you will. So I figured let me just cruise through this. I see that episode 1 is about Tokyo, which is very cool because I actually work some days, very very much part time, at a Japanese like high end grocery store. Basically, it's not really a grocery store. It's I don't know. It's kind of a concept thing specifically for Kyoto food from Kyoto. So I spend a lot of my days learning about niche Japanese ingredients and products so that I can help sell them. Um, so I think it's actually quite pertinent to begin in Japan. I'm curious to see if I'll learn anything that can actually help me at work. But yeah, let's just watch. It's 2000. What is this? 2001. So my mom loved Anthony Bourdain, but I think I was too young to be watching this at that time in 2001.
2 green salads. Okay, lamb chops, steak grease.
This intro feels familiar though, to be
2
honest.
smoked filet and a pepper steak. Come on, make the dessert. Chocolate tart, please.
This is hard to watch though.
As a cook, tastes and smells are my memories, and now I'm in search of new ones. So I'm leaving New York City and hope to have a few epiphanies around the world, and I'm willing to go to some lengths to do that.
I'm looking
Relatable.
for extremes of emotion and experience.
I'll try anything, I'll risk everything.
This is hard.
I have nothing to lose.
I just resonate so much with him. He's a huge inspiration as to why I've traveled so much, why I studied abroad.
First thing you think when you hit central Tokyo, you think Blade Runner. It's very science fiction, it's very atmospheric. You really know you're somewhere else. This is far from home.
Yeah.
I knew the kind of kaleidoscope full of color and light and flavor I'd find here.
Is that taco?
I'm really looking forward to the psychedelic assault on the senses. I'm very interested in eating my way through the full spectrum of Japanese cuisine.
That's a great way to put it. The full spectrum, right? Like, guys, I am a pauser because I have another reaction channel and people hate it that I don't pause there. So I'm trying to work on it. I think that's what's such a key for him to highlight about Japanese cuisine, right? It's sorry about the shadow on my face, but it is what it is. Um, you know, as Americans and the Western world, in quotes, often does, it's kind of abridged cuisines for import. And I think Japanese food has luckily pushed past that a little bit, right? You can get Japanese food that's not just teriyaki, tempura, um, yakisoba, right? There's other things that you can get quite easily, even if you live in places that are not like urban hubs. Like I live in LA, for example, so it's very easy to get whatever kind of Japanese ingredients. But yeah, I think that's a really unique thing to Japanese food as an export, right? In a lot of other cases, we're getting a very diluted, very kind of acute version of each cuisine. And Japanese cuisine, still though, I think there's a lot of things that people living in the U.S. or again the Western world haven't been exposed to in Japanese cuisine, and I'm learning a lot about that at work. So yeah, it's cool to hear him frame it that way. I appreciate it.
I think almost all modern chefs are impressed by Japanese presentation. The
Yeah.
importance of contrasting textures, colors, portion size.
Washoku, that's what my
Embodying
shop
all
is
these
like.
traits is Japan's best-known contribution to
Kind
world
of our
cuisine.
MO is promoting
Sushi.
washoku. Oh, yes. Oh, fish me, Poppy.
Very violent dreams last night.
Uh-oh.
You know, full color, sound, increased heart rate, and woke up thinking of sushi.
I'm particularly fortunate that my liaisons here are Michiko and Shinji.
Ichiko translates and has, in every way, paved the way for the ignorant but enthusiastic American. And Shinji, driving, translating, and thank God he's a Yankee fan, so I know I'm in good hands.
All right.
We're on our way to meet an Edamai sushi master who's going to show us around Tokyo's central fish market, Tsukiji.
Ooh, nice.
Edamai sushi is
Guys, I
high
have to say, when I travel to places, going to the market in general, any place that has a central market, this is my travel tip. If you are someone embarking on your international journeys, always go to the market if there is a the market. If there's not the market, go to a market. Every place I've gone to visit a market, the UK, multiple places in the UK, France, Spain, Italy, Netherlands, Indonesia. I've definitely been to a few more markets. Costa Rica, I've been to. Um, not important for me to list all of them. Marrakesh. Every time, that's how you learn about a place. It's not just food, right? It's the culture of just day-to-day life, right? Because a lot of these times these markets are not made for tourists, right? Tourists are the afterthought, maybe the fourth or fifth afterthought. The primary purpose is to feed the people of that place, and you just learn so much about a place. um it's a really unique meeting of all of the different types of people in any given place, right? Because you have, of course, you have food professionals, you have the tourists, but you also have everybody from like grandma who's cooking all day, all the way down to the goddamn priest, which is a horrible way to say refer to a priest, but it is what it is. Anthony would get me. Um, but I just mean all walks of life need food, right? Everyone from all walks of life needs food, and I know, yes, we have supermarkets, we have more convenient ways to get food, but I think this is something that's actually really interesting about American culture is we've had to like reintroduce the idea of a farmer's market or that kind of market. It's not really inherent to our culture, and I think that's a big miss. I think you miss out on a lot of like just community and having kind of a third space. Yeah,
and
just
stuff.
thoughts.
Not just because it's pricey, which it is, but because of the uncompromising quality, preparation, and presentation involved.
Athens. That was another, and
Edelweiss.
Istanbul. I've been
What does
literally. I've
it
been to a
mean,
market
literally?
everywhere I've been. I think I can't think of
Edo
anywhere
is,
I've
the
been.
name of the period.
Yes,
of,
Edo period.
Japan.
Okay, so it really does mean old style.
Yes.
Classic
Yeah,
version.
classic version. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sushi is just like cutting
fish. Yeah,
It's just stick
Fresh.
it together.
we've kind of
Edelweiss,
reinterpreted the
lots of
definition
preparation.
in
Edamai
the West.
preparation standards are not sushi on the go. Absolutely uncompromising on quality,
Yeah, you're gonna
regardless of
sit your ass
expense.
down and eat
It's
this.
purest sushi.
Purist sushi.
Very pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Anthony Bourdain.
I love how
I'm
he says
fortunate
his
enough
first and
during
last
this
name.
visit to
Just
Tsukiji to accompany
Anthony
Mr.
Bourdain.
Tagawa,
Yeah,
the
that's
chef
the
owner
guy.
of Karaku Restaurant in Ginza District.
Ginza.
My appropriate footwear, of course, right here.
This is sort of like Joe
course.
DiMaggio or Lou Gehrig showing you around Yankee Stadium.
Right.
From the point that it practically leaps out of the seat to the point where I pop it in my mouth, Mr. Tagawa will be by my side.
Yeah, that's definitely a
Prepare
difference.
to
The height
lose your
difference is
mind.
adorable.
Just lift off. Your head will just unscrew and bounce off the ceiling.
So out of all of the fish markets specifically I've been to, the one in Bali, Jimbaran, if anyone here is watching from Indonesia, Salamat Pagi, or whatever time of day it is. That one was the most intense. Definitely the most like, whoa, as he said, assault on the senses. It was just so pungente. Okay, this is my word. And it's like very narrow, so like you have to like basically like be amidst the fish. And I will say the other one that it was left the most impression. Again, guys, I'm a yapper. We're here to hang out. Rongis, Rungis in Paris. It's the north of Paris, just outside of the périphérique, or maybe it's inside. I don't know. But I actually used to date a French man named Nicolas, and he was a pretty big foodie. He had lived in Tahiti for a while as a. Actually, I don't want to give too much away about it, but he lived in Tahiti, so he was very much like seafood was his main thing. I don't know why I was with him at this time of day, but we went at 4 a.m. to the fish market. Like we had stayed up all night, basically. We weren't banging, so don't even. But basically, he took me on a date to the fish market when it opens at 4 before all the restaurants because he was having a seafood party later that day. I had a flight to catch back to the US but that day for like Christmas, I guess. I don't know. But so yeah, that was like the most unique date that I've ever had. We just flopped around in the fish market, and I don't even know. And like it was just such a weird thing, but I liked him so much that I'm like, yeah, I don't care, of course. Like that's a cool thing. And for me, as a woman of the world who likes to learn about everything, I'm like, I'm not even complaining. I wasn't even like, this is weird, but let's go. I was just like, fuck yeah, man. And he did end up buying me a nice long fillet of salmon that I kept in my freezer until I came back to Paris because I was living in Paris at the time. So anyway, that's my little fish market insight.
Tsukiji is acres and acres of
Tsukiji.
fish.
Ooh, look at that one. It's pretty.
Restaurants, retail store owners, and other buyers are purchasing fish for the day. Over 2,600 tons of fish is sold here daily. That's a big tuna salmon.
Wait. 2,600 tons. Even if they just said 26 tons. Damn. I mean, I know Japan is seafood land, but Jesus.
First thing you encounter when you visit Tsukiji is
Wow,
big.
guys,
It's really big. It's really spread out. And
fish
the
are out here
choreography has
banging,
to be
man.
seen
They're just
to be
popping
believed.
out those eggs. That's crazy.
There's a system here.
Isuzu.
Everybody seems to know the moves except me.
Yeah. He's like, please move your body. Move your large body,
And then we're
sir.
going back to his restaurant, and he's going to show us what he's going to do with this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there are few things that get chefs as excited as looking at a really pristine piece of seafood.
Hey.
Abalone, about $40 a piece in the States. Liver.
How much is it there though? Tell me. Eel. Oh, yes.
He can show you that. See eel?
Eel is. How do you say it in Japanese? I already know this, but I just can't remember. Eel is one of those things that I feel like America is sleeping on because obviously it's a really grotesque and scary looking creature, depending on the type, especially. There's extra scary ones, but it's so delicious. I didn't have eel for the first time. I think I did have it in some Japanese cuisine in San Francisco. That's where I was born and raised. So obviously, I had a little bit more exposure to multiple East Asian cultures than maybe the average person in the U.S. Just because the Bay Area is very Asian, thank God. Um, but I think the first time I really had eel that wasn't like kind of dumbed down in like grocery store sushi was when I went to Italy. There's a small town. I think it's maybe I don't actually know how far it is from Bologna, but it's called Comacchio. So any Italians watching, ciao, parlo italiano. Um, Comacchio is known for the eel, and they had just grilled eel. I think it's just salt, fucking delicious because it's like it tastes like fish. It's exactly like fish, but it's extra fatty, and it's just so I can't even. Probably some of the most delicious seafood I've had was prepared in Comacchio. And if you ever go to Comacchio, it's like a mini Venice. There's like canals everywhere. So
But different kinds of the eel that we wanna eat.
the United States again is sleeping on it.
Eel is an expensive delicacy in Japan.
Really?
Prized not just for its flavor,
That's
but
so
for its
interesting.
legendary, how shall I say, stamina-giving properties.
Yeah.
Viagra of the sea.
Sorry guys, but for millennia, men have been eating specific foods, labeling certain things aphrodisiacs. And meanwhile, most of y'all still can't fuck very well. I said what I said.
He looks tasty to me.
Eel's not gonna help. Oysters are not gonna help. Cobras are not gonna help.
Having picked out his eels,
Just
Mr.
listen.
Kagawa is now ready to move
Just
on
listen
to his
and pay
next
attention
purchase.
to the body. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just in.
Oh, taco.
Just want to start weeping.
Another
Generally,
thing the
in
United
life of a
States is
chef,
sleeping
you find
on.
yourself working comfortably within a certain range of flavors and textures. And then suddenly, you see all this. Immediately, you want to rush back to your
That
kitchen to
octopus is
find a
not
way to
having
work
it.
with what you've just bought. This octopus is holding on for dear
Right.
life. He's got a death grip on the tank.
Yeah, poor Boo Boo. I know they're super smart, and I know a lot of people, like even meat eaters, don't want to eat octopus,
As
so I get
excited
it.
as I am, the Japanese who live here seem just as excited.
That's cool.
Okay, here we go. Say goodbye. Seafood is taken very, very seriously here.
It looks like a red snapper, kind of. Whoop, there we go.
It's got a strange and terrible beauty to it.
It does, though. I will say I've seen fish be killed before, and I get that there's, I get what he's saying. It's not like, ugh, that's cool, do it again, let me wank. But it's just kind of a moment of respect, a moment of energy transferring, right? This cycle of life, and I know it doesn't have to be that deep, but again, I get what he's saying. I don't think I've ever killed a fish before. I don't think I've killed a lobster. That was not fun because they make that sound when you put them in the water. And I know now, like you have to stab it in the head first, but you have to put it in quick. So it's like I know the sound isn't like its little baby lobster vocal cords. I know it's just like stuff escaping, but it was really graphic, and I'm never doing it again. I did not like that because then all the eggs they just ooze out into the boiling water. It's kind of disgusting.
Value is put on good food.
Rest in peace, Fisho.
To us,
Thank you for your
food
service.
is worthless until somebody famous puts a sauce on it.
Hey, preach,
it's not
brother.
that way here.
Preach.
There's a respect for ingredients that goes against the grain of a lot of
Yes,
Western
yes,
cooking.
yes. Exactly.
One widely used ingredient is the much revered tuna.
So yummy. I think tuna is one of the best sashimi.
looking for?
And salmon.
It's explained this is the fattiest
Wow. Beautiful.
part.
I just got goosebumps looking at a goddamn tuna.
Gorgeous.
This is what I try to tell people all the time, guys. I am a pure hedonist. I just love pleasure, and even just like aesthetic kind of, what's the word, stimulation, even if it's not literally art. Like to me this freeze frame is stunning, it's beautiful, and I'm just someone who's very like sensitive to pleasure, whether that be visual pleasure, tactile pleasure, music. I'm a musician, so if you feel like I'm overreacting for a fish, just know this is how I always am. I get it. I just got goosebumps over the damn tuna.
Prince, Toro, and everything else.
It's
Gorgeous.
the equivalent of a beautifully marbled steak.
Yes.
Fat is good.
It
the
is.
rippling of fat through the meat is what distinguishes that belly meat from the rest of the tuna.
Confirmed.
Same feeling
Fat
of being
is
Tiffany
good.
or Cartier. I mean, you just look at
Yeah.
this with lust.
Exactly. See, guys, this is why I love him, and I
You know,
miss
just
him
the
so
subtle difference. It's
much.
like grading gems.
It's fought over,
I just,
bid
I felt
over,
like he understood
talked
me.
about, and examined.
Like, especially in today's world where we're missing out on analog stuff, everything has to be a fucking trend. Everything has to be made into content. I just resonate so much with people like him who sought out to explore the world solely to enrich himself. And sometimes that maybe didn't happen, which is also great too. Sometimes you aren't enriched by something. Sometimes something just tastes good or something is funny and that you didn't learn a lesson from it. It didn't contribute to your growth, but it was still an experience. And I think I've just picked up a lot of like his cues when it comes to the way that I travel as well. So
You can see they're very different
I
pieces.
get you, brother.
With very different qualities.
I also
When
get
you're a
why you
chef,
couldn't
come
be
down
here
and
anymore.
You see this, you're thinking, what you can do with these various pieces.
I can hardly wait to see what Mr. Tagawa is going to do with this stuff.
I do a lot of bowing every day that I work. Even today, I have to meet with Japanese clients like all the time. So
Now, I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
napalm in the morning.
I love the smell of fish and soy and rice wine in the morning. It
Yes.
smells like victory.
Yes. I was just saying to my boss today, I love the smell of the sesame oil in my kitchen because it spilled at some point, and now my whole pantry smells like
I'm always
sesame
very
oil, and I
wary of
love it.
stepping into other chefs' kitchens.
Hey,
It's an obstruction. I'm instantly aware chemically
yeah,
on a cellular level.
there's nowhere
I'm-
good to stand.
There are interlopers in my kitchen.
Interlopers.
これ今これ白飯してますから、はい。
Gotta
Despite his resistance, the octopus still ends up in Mr.
rest
Tagawa's
in, rest
kitchen.
in pre-peace,
At
buddy.
least he can take solace in the fact that ending your life here is a great honor.
Hey,
That's important.
Guys, I once went to Ruth Chris's, technically, I think it's like officially called. It used to be my birthday tradition. I don't think there's not one in San Francisco anymore. But anyway, I at the table, I don't know how old I was, but I said to the waitress, if I ever become a cow in another life, I hope when they kill me, I am sent to Ruth's Chris. And she was very tickled by that because coming out of a child, it's kind of grim, but like I still stand by that. I want to be a wagyu, massage me, fill me with fat, and then feed me to someone who genuinely enjoys me.
Portuguese friends who would just go insane over this. And some Italians.
Now they're gonna put salt.
Salt is rubbed into the octopus to bring out the
It's still
excess
alive?
moisture as well as add flavor. There's so many good things you can do with this.
I think so.
You can grill it, make a salad of it grilled. You can make a salad of it, slowly stewed. I understand that Mr. Tagawa is using his octopus for a special
Is
appetizer.
that like tenderizing?
Tenderizing.
Yes. Ooh, who are you? Oh, these knives.
At the sushi bar, Tagawa's chefs are busy making magic with the fresh fish from Tsukiji, including the eel.
Sounds fresh. Even with my eyes closed, it sounds fresh. And I'm thinking.
Again, I'm getting
nice knife
goosebumps,
technique.
guys. I'm just like
You
so
do not see
excited
this level
for
of
him.
Knife skills.
I'm so jealous of this meal.
Despite the dazzling knife work, this eel is not ready to eat yet.
He boils 20 minutes. It's sugar.
What kind of sugar is that? Like the texture is interesting. It's like not normal, like granulated.
And that's sake.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Mr. Tagawa begins working with the best of the good stuff. Otoro.
This is the piece that we saw him pick out at the market. And he's breaking it
Look
into
at that color,
components.
that
The
gradient.
boss always takes a
ombre.
proprietary interest in not only the most expensive
Gorgeous.
stuff, but also the stuff that gives them the most pleasure. At first, you tell yourself, well, it's because I don't trust anyone else to handle something this beautiful and this expensive. And then you realize, I'm doing it because I like it.
Mr. Tagawa now divides the tuna into smaller pieces for sushi. The lesser grade fish goes into a marinade, and the really good stuff gets put aside for immediate use in its pristine, fresh form.
Beautiful.
I'm experiencing a pleasurable form of dementia. Look at that. That's sex, man.
Thank you. Like again, he
Finally,
gets
the
me
meal's
so
ready.
much.
Michiko, Shinji,
Guys, we are just so deprived of hedonism. Everybody needs to justify pleasure. There's no need to justify pleasure. Like, if we have the capability in our bodies to experience something, we were meant to experience it. And that goes for the entire spectrum of things, good, bad, ugly, everything else in between. And that's why when I say I'm a hedonist, I don't mean that in the sense that I only seek pleasure. Like, that's obviously not a literal way that you can live. It's more of a theoretical perspective. But that's more so what I mean. It's just that I don't have to give myself to experience pleasure. I don't need to justify it. I don't need to even explain to myself why my body reacts to something. I think it's just such a gift to live that way. I'm also a very sad, melancholic person like Anthony. But I get this, right? These are the kinds of things that I live for. It's absolutely this kind of stuff.
and I sit down to eat.
Or those kinds of feelings, I should say.
Okay, come back.
Kanpai! I have water, kanpai! Me too, me too!
Octopus.
Our appetizer is slowly simmered octopus. It's very tender, and served with just a dash of sweet plum sauce.
Oh, that ume.
The skin is melted.
That sounds so good.
Spectacular.
As we're eating the appetizer, Mr. Tagawa himself is preparing our main dish. Pieces of uncooked fish, vinegared rice, and fresh wasabi are
love
molded
that.
smoothly together.
Yes. Not
While this
horseradish
is the most
dyed
commonly
green
known
like we
form
get
of
here.
sushi, in the exacting standards of the Edamame tradition, it takes a lifetime to master the economy and grace of movement necessary to make an
Edamame.
artful presentation.
Delicious.
An elite sushi chef
Oh, look
like
at that
Mr.
platter.
Tagawa trains for more than 12 years.
That's crazy.
Man.
Isn't that like the same amount of time to be a
Die
doctor?
right now, but no, I'll be ready to die after this.
Oof. That's a grim
Okay, what do we have here?
foreshadowing.
Flounder.
Flounder, yes.
Shrimp or
Flounder.
prawn?
I'm getting goosebumps again. I've already had them like 5 times this episode just looking at the damn fish.
No, this is
Oh, that's
otoro.
right. The Toro part.
Toro.
Also on the plate are marinated tuna and raw eel.
I don't think I've had raw eel though, so I'm eager to try that. Yeah.
Just explain, you know? How can I explain?
Exactly, you don't. You just feel
I know
it.
what that is. That's the seal.
Yeah.
You know, you're struck.
I love how it's like a choreography for the chef, right? Like it's just like so delicate and intentional the way he's assembling them.
I mean, it's almost you're cheapening the thing by talking about it.
That's what
は
I'm
いどう
doing.
も
There's the master.
I hate this. I hate this.
It's a pure
I just hate it because he's not here, and I want to like talk to him about stuff like
Would you
this.
like to do the apprenticeship here?
I,
3 years?
I wouldn't.
that means I got to eat every day, sure.
でもできそう。
long time かかりますね。はい。
While I was refusing Mr. Tagawa's generous offer, he still had one very important lesson on the menu.
Che cos'è?
I'm ready to die now. I will have led a full and rich and satisfied life at this point.
そうですね。kind of cucumber.
Japanese people.
Honestly, guys, I was that face I just made. I was contemplating on whether to comment on that because I just did a reaction yesterday on my music channel, and this song was pretty heavy. It was clearly about like encouraging you to stay alive, and I cried myself way too much. Cried myself out yesterday, but I struggle with that a lot because I am in a pretty dark place at the moment, and you know, oftentimes when people are trying to talk you down from ending, they use that argument of like, oh, you have so much more life to live, which is true. I'm not, you know, protesting. But I've also lived a really, really rich life. I'm 32, but I've already lived like 2 to 3 lifetimes. Like I've done more in my lifetime already than most people do in their whole lives. I've seen a lot. I've experienced a lot. I've had great education. I've had some pretty a broad spectrum of relationships. So that's a really hard argument for me to grasp when I'm in those darker periods of life because most people would be pretty blessed to have lived and seen the things that I've seen. So if I did die tomorrow and someone were to kind of sum up my life, I think, you know, it would be pretty rich, pretty full so far.
Consider the sake as a sacred man. So pouring the sake shows like his affection,
Yes.
his friendship, you know,
Yes.
his like hospitality.
はい。
It's really
He's like,
important in
yes,
Japanese
just
culture.
hi. That's awesome. Yes, yes, yes. 2
Also,
hands.
you pour it back. And it's your turn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Thank you.
I know more about Korean drinking.
The religious analogy keeps coming
Culture.
up. There's something church-like, at least for me.
Yeah, the ritual. This
There's a
is
sense
like,
of
yeah,
solemnity here. There's no nonsense. There's no distraction. Nothing fake about it.
yeah,
of
exactly.
food, I
This
mean.
is what I'm saying before. Like, there's no need to perform a trend. No need to make content. Like, yes, it's a TV show, but he just gets to be himself on the TV show, and everyone around him, his team, just captures it the best that they can. And I just, and I think what he's saying about the religious aspect of these kinds of things, I think that is further what I mean when I say I'm a hedonist. Like that is my religion: pleasure, joy, inquisitiveness, if that's the word, even pain. Like I just love feeling emotions, and I love. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but for me, that is religion, you know. And I know he's more talking about the rituals, because that's the thing. It's like all of us as humans participate in ritual. Some of us, it's packaged into religion, but for other people, ritual can just be like how you have your cup of tea in the morning. But just that intentionality is what differentiates it from the mundane. And I think people in general who have more rituals in their life, from what I understand in the human condition, are generally more fulfilled. I'm not talking about religious fanaticism and obsession and harm because it obviously can't go to that level. But I just mean doing things with intentionality. That's the true definition of mindfulness, right? We've hijacked that word into like woo woo LA bitches and aloe yoga, like, intentionality, mindfulness. No, like the mindfulness is actually the intentionality itself.
It's the only church I know.
乾杯。失礼。
Yes, ありがとうございます。
ありがとう
Very
ござい
cold
ま
iced
す。
sake.
美味しい。
おいし
You get that ice cream
い
headache sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you feel it on your tongue first, and then it works its way up into your brain.
Like
Thank you,
sugar
thank you
on
for
my
this
tongue.
incredible dining experience.
I haven't had
of my
cold
life.
sake in a while.
I will be always grateful.
本当に大切なこのひとときありがとうござい
Me
ます。
too.
Aww.
Leaving Mr. Tagawa's restaurant, I'm feeling that my New York fast food, fast-paced culture has missed the boat.
そのままでいるスタイルですか今の。
For us, restaurants were like gas stations. You know, you pull in, you fill up, and you move on,
Right.
preferably as quickly as possible. The idea of volume was much more important than quality. You know, hey, did you have a good meal? Yeah, they gave you, all the shrimp you could eat. You know, that's not a.
Right, yeah.
I mean, that's really silly. Bulk. I mean, it explains a lot about our culture.
This is exactly my point of what I was saying earlier as well. I think, especially because obviously social media was already a thing when he was still with us. First of all, he didn't engage with it very much, like at all, from what I recall. And I do think that has changed though since this was filmed. I think on one hand, there actually is a slowdown of everything that we're doing with intention, because so many of us are chasing this idea of slow living, right? There's literally a trend, slow living. And don't even get me started. I hate that that's a trend, because it can't be a trend if it's going to actually function. Like, if you really want to live slow living, put your fucking camera down and stop recording it and trying to get every angle. That's not actually slow living. No. However, I've spent a lot of time in the Mediterranean, and obviously they're very good at slow living there. Not everyone, of course. There's many people who still have to go to work and are stressed and all of that. But again, I've spent a lot of time in the Mediterranean. It's the place that I've lived the longest outside of the US. And they're very, very good at it. And so I think part of that culture, out of desperation, has now come to the places like the US and the UK, where maybe it's not quite as culturally ingrained. But it's just because we're desperate. Like, we are hurting so much, and we are pushing ourselves and burning out so much. We have no choice but to turn towards things that slow down. Now, I think on top of that, though, I have a master's degree in luxury management, guys. So I think a lot about luxury from a sociological, anthropological, psychological perspective. And the thing about luxury right now is people are buying exclusivity and time, basically slowness. You are purchasing the access to slowness. It's not luxury currently is not like I have a logo on my bag. That's not genuine luxury. That's opulence these days, because again, don't even get me started. I will yap and yap and yap about this. But since I work in luxury industries and luxury spaces, I am noticing, and this is a real trend, this is not just anecdotal, but we are very much trying to buy our way to slowness, to intentionality, and to privacy.
Speaking of bulk, check these guys out.
Oh, sumo!
It happens that I have come into a one-time opportunity to visit a sumo wrestling stable, the gym and home of the team.
Nice. My boss told me that if I go to Tokyo, the one thing I need to do is
Watching the sumo
go to a
wrestlers
sumo
train,
match.
this is like being led into a secret society.
He said he had no interest
Sumo is
before, and
serious
then he
business in
went,
Japan.
and it was like, this
Something
is the
outsiders
best.
just aren't allowed to see. They're not
Oh, they got
kidding.
a skinny one there.
These guys are really going at each other.
Yeah, that's a lot for practice.
Some of them get tossed out of the ring. They come rolling right at me. I don't want one of these guys landing on me. No
No.
way. They'll break me like a day-old biscuit. The feeling of being surrounded by that much bulk. I mean, what do these guys eat? I'm interested in what
lot.
I heard is sumo food. Chanko, it's called. I'm thinking, well, how un-Japanese this sounds.
Must be bulk food, high on starch. I had this idea of, they're sitting around eating pasta.
But they're strong too, right? It's not just about like being as fat
Very
as
lucky
possible.
to be introduced to Mr. Tomatsuna of Tomatsuna Stable. Tomatsuna is a former champion himself.
I was gonna say,
He's an
even though he's
Oyakata,
slimmer,
which is
his
the boss of the
frame
sumo
looks
stable.
sumo.
All of the
Oh,
wrestlers
pickles.
live on premises. What they eat, when they eat, These are all very rigorously dictated by the Oyakata, who completely controls their lives. He cooks for them, looks after their training, their health, in a quest to make them the best.
There's so many of
He's an
them.
old lion, and pretty much saw me as an insignificant curiosity, I think.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I'm determined to find out the secret diet of the sumo.
That's a good way in.
The
Be a little
recipes are
extra
tremendous.
polite. We like it. We like it.
The food that he selects must reflect the need for this hour.
だからそれをいかに、太らせもしなきゃいけないし、
He says that people tend to think that sumo wrestler is just a fat.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
no, no, no,
true.
not at all.
Actually, like they need a balance of the energy
Yeah.
and the balance of the weight.
All the wrestlers learn to cook as part of their training.
That's so
They're
cool.
behaved a lot in much the same way.
Didn't know that.
5 years ago, if you'd walk into my kitchen and wanted to talk to my cooks, fiercely protected. It's one pot cooking. A lot of guys living together cook in one pot.
Like
Food is not
firefighters.
about, just getting these guys big. We're not here building blubber. It's clearly wrong in this.
Yeah.
He's looking for a balance of, protein and, bodybuilding food. Unfortunately, that's all I'm able to find out at this kitchen anyway. It's going to take a trip to a Chenko restaurant to experience the sumo diet firsthand. After a full day of watching sumo wrestlers train, I'm definitely ready to eat like one.
That's a shot.
You hungry?
I'm wondering though, is he pronouncing it right or is it not Chanko?
Chenko is the food of the sumo, and the specialty
assuming
of
it's
Chenko
Chanko.
Edosawa restaurant.
Chanko Edosawa.
Immediately, it becomes obvious the secret to eating like a sumo isn't in the fat, but in the quantity.
Right.
It's a nabe, like a big soup,
Yeah.
a big boiling pot of broth in the center of the table. Everybody
Stunning.
adds something. You add things in stages.
Originally, the chanko was made of the
chanko.
chicken soup. Nowadays, they cook, everything.
Beef, chicken, meatballs, seafood, mushrooms, green
Oh,
vegetables,
guys,
tofu,
again, I'm
onions,
goosebumping.
radishes, egg, rice. You can use it all. And we are.
And of course, it's like the nabe style, which is the pot,
Right.
in order to provide the hot meal for the rikishi, which is wrestlers.
What's the difference though between that and shabu
The taste
shabu?
of the soup is
Anyone
changing.
from Japan in the
Gradually.
comments, let me know.
I really had no idea what to expect.
Or
One of the first
anyone who
surprises
just knows.
is the Chenko is fun, sort of like a living dish, in that as the conversation proceeds and the subject matter changes, the character of the dish can change as well. It can start out fairly light, but you can add stronger ingredients. And
That's
of
so
course,
fun.
as it cooks down, it becomes stronger as well.
Yeah.
I like that, but it is spicy.
I was gonna say, I would imagine it would get spicier over time. That's what I would probably do.
Of cooking and the style of eating. I mean, this is fun. It's casual. We all sit around. We all put stuff in. We all take stuff out, serve each other.
I think Michiko and Shinji take particular delight. Their whole countenance has changed during the course of this meal.
I feel honored to be served by a French chef serving a chanko.
It's fun. I like this. For such an almost cult-like
That's cute.
closed society of sumo, their food is perhaps the most accessible to the everyday American. I mean, I can see Chenko taking off in the United States.
Oh my gosh, he's struggling. Condolences to your sphincter
I know how
later.
he feels. I'm well on my way.
I don't
The
even
precision
mean
and
it's gonna
restraint of
destroy
Edomae
his
sushi
butt. I
to the
just mean it's
volume
gonna
and
be a
bulk of
lot.
Chenko in a 24-hour period. Eating my way around the world, it would be intimidating, I think, if it just wasn't so exciting. I think it's going to take about a week to walk off this meal.
Amazing. Well, guys, thank you for joining me on that. I see that the next episode is also in Japan, so yeah, that was again, I just miss him so much. I mean, people say you can't miss someone you never knew. I firmly disagree with that. I think that's just people who are uncomfortable with that idea, even if they felt it before. Yeah, I think I'm not just, trying to saying that as if I knew him. What I'm saying is I miss just having a kindred spirit in the world because honestly, when he departed, um, besides the sadness and the shock, I think the other thing I felt was that makes sense. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way. But again, I feel like he's one of those people that not only has shaped how I see the world, but mirrors a lot of how I see the world. Not fully. We're very different human beings. But when I say I understand or I understood why he did that, again, I'm speaking from experience. I think people like him and I, and yes, I am comfortably putting myself in the same sphere for the sake of this conversation. Not that I'm a famous chef, blah blah blah. But people like us, we're just so incompatible with society. It's not that we're incompatible with life; it's with society. And at some point, you just wonder, like, is it more torturous to be here even though there's tons of beautiful things to see and witness? Obviously he's that type of person too. So anyway, I don't want to get too grim, but I really love that episode. I feel like for such a short episode, right, you learn so much, and it just reminds me again of like how much cool stuff I've gotten to see just by traveling the world, and again being directly inspired by him to do so. So looking forward to the next episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Feel free to answer any of the questions I had during the episode in the comments. I'm just here to learn, right? That's the deal of the channel. I'm just here to learn, to understand, to grow, to ask questions, to be disappointed, to be upset, to be intrigued, to be seduced, all of those things. So, thank you for joining me in said things. Bye.